student? Barely, just barely. So we had to go through and create an entire vocabulary of removing these associated words because it's just trying to speed up the process. It's never going to be able to write a paper, let alone a sentence. It can never produce a punctuation for a student at all.
Who brought that up at the school? Or is that
it was a policy decision. And this is part of the issue.
The stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
It doesn't. You're my greatest friend. I guess the fundamental problem with this kind of technology, with all of it, is that it's complicated. I mean, that's what keeps me in my job. All I'm doing is trying to make it simple for people. And the very simple aspect of this tool is that the people who make the policies don't necessarily have any idea what the software does. And that's okay, but there's got to be a little bit more communication. So, you know, we made it work, and we could make it work. I've got enough of a know-how of the software that we created a specific vocabulary for their testing that would handle it, but it's certainly never going to write anything for anybody, and it's by no means ever facilitated communication. So, it's interesting, though, that facilitated communication and assistive writing technology sounds so similar, and yet means something so totally different. So, fine. You have this tool that you really should. There's two other things, and I don't know if you've noticed it. It's very hard to see on this projector, but you will notice it very quickly. If I put in the word there, or the, rather, I'm looking for there, but which there am I looking for when I listen to them?
The, they, there, there.
They sound the same. There's no way for me to know. Those arrows indicate that I have a usage example.
They have sold their home.
Versus.
There. We are getting there by car.
So very simply, that's the one I'm looking for. I'll choose it and move on. This is not trying to create a wonderful lesson for a student to be able to forever know and have a mnemonic so that they remember. No, the idea, and I'll tell you from my perspective, as a student that was struggling with writing, it was constantly, okay, because there wasn't a keyboard at the time, I've got my paper and I'm writing and I said, how do I spell the cuts? First I get a teacher rolling their eyes, scoffing. And I know, okay, great, this was a stupid question and I've just made myself look like an idiot. And then they have to come mosey over and they say, well, because is like be and cause, and if we do this, and then we think about this, and then I'm like, I've got ideas I'm trying to express here. Give me the word, now go away. And we wonder why these students react so frustrated, and we don't know why. Oh, he just snapped. I was trying to help him. Go away. So, I have more choice words, I guess. But in any case, the idea here is the student knows they get confused. Which one are they after? That one? Okay, great. Moving on. As opposed to trying to get into a big mess about it and provide mnemonics and have wonderful definitions and thesauruses and everything else for all of the different meanings. What this software can do is it does actually have something that is kind of like a thesaurus. See how I have diamonds versus arrows?
Thunder.
This diamond here will actually provide me with synonyms. They're, sorry, that's new. This is version 3. Now, I caution you, it is not like a dictionary. It is not going to revolutionize your experience of WordQ. It does have an advantage. Just be aware that this is very much here it looks great. Thunders, roaring, smack, boom. I can listen to each one of those. Roaring, smack, boom, roar. And take whichever one I want. But some of them actually are more, they're either highly literal or very expansive and not necessarily perfectly related. So it is a list of related, a list of similar words or exact synonyms, not a thesaurus. And that's why the thesaurus is a valuable tool, because it says, well, these are related to this usage and meaning of the word, those are related to a different usage and meaning of the word. That's not what this is trying to provide. It's just trying to provide a list of words so that there's yet another strategy for a student to use to find the word they're after.
We work with our kids so much on show, don't tell.
Yep.
That's a show word, war. We try to get them to think about words other than one that they know. That's powerful because you're constantly reminding them of that.
Yeah, I mean, this is where it goes from, and this is why it's important to know that I'm not the teacher. I'm not a teacher. I don't claim to be a teacher. I claim to know the experience of the student. That's it. So I cannot go, I can't start talking about what this is going to do in the classroom as far as an educational tool. I'm going to ask you to go and use this and find these things. All of these things, all of these related words,
Thunder.
I can add more into if I want. So those usage examples, I can certainly add those in as well. That's not an issue. So you're getting a sense. All right, this box is it's doing quite a bit. It looks like it is very simple. It's designed to look that way, but it's actually doing a lot of calculations. Very simply, I showed you right off the start. Here's what it's like using it in 2 minutes, or in 276. And you didn't see all of the different calculations. Wow, was it creative spelling, imaginative spelling, or was it word completion, or was it, who cares? It's not the point. And that isn't the point for the student. But it is valuable to know that there are these different strategies, and sometimes you want to suggest to a student alter strategy when they get a little frustrated or they're not finding what they need to find. So, now, the spoken feedback is both very simple and, I'll be honest, the most powerful part of all of this. So, I don't have internet here, and I have to pay $10 for a 1-hour presentation. But any particular block of text that I can find, I can highlight and press read.
The Carrier Royal Orlando Wall Suites Hotel and Convention Center, the property, provides its internet services to guests.
It doesn't matter. It could be an error message, it could be a Facebook post, it could be a YouTube comment, it could be a website, it could be a PDF document, email, instant message. It will read any text that you can copy and paste on your computer. Sorry? Yes, touchable text, as opposed to an image. This looks like text, but it's not actually pictures. Okay. It is, on the one hand, it's a very simple tool, and it was designed, this is for almost, it wasn't what it was designed for, but it's a very powerful application of it, because the simple fact is reading today is totally different than it was 10 years ago. Reading 10 years ago was textbooks, was huge bodies of information. I have to read this. Schools are very quickly starting to realize he has no idea what the text is. Do a Google search, find something valuable, and read that and understand that, and we will take all of our different perspectives, come back, and try and piece together what it is we've learned. The simple fact is that we spend a huge amount of time reading, searching for what we're reading for, skimming, browsing. That's where this comes in. I would never suggest that somebody use this for reading an entire chapter or an entire book. That's just not what it was designed to do. But skimming, trying to find the valuable information, good, this is what I need, fine, then maybe I'll go to a tool that has been specifically dedicated to reading. So I got 2 questions going. Go ahead.
Are you going to talk about vocabulary lists?
Am I going to talk about vocabulary lists? I can talk about a little bit about vocabulary lists.
Especially the whole thing of creating, to be able to go out to a news story,
Sure.
pull, like,
Yeah.
is there an easy way to
Is
create
there an easy
them?
way? I'm looking at the time, and I'm going
Yeah.
to tell you, because I know people are really excited to know more about speech recognition and some of the changes that have happened there. But what I will be doing is I'll be posting YouTube tutorial videos on changing that, handling that. I don't know if you've checked our website. Can you make sure she gets a coupon code as promised? Sorry. So essentially, there is yes, it is possible to manipulate the vocabulary text. It's possible to elevate particular words and priorities called topic lists.
Yeah.
We'll be able to, I'm not going to have time to cover that today.